having been an insurance regulator on 2 occasions, both in the staff and then as the director of the Department of Insurance in Nebraska, having been a CEO of an insurance group, also having had an opportunity to work within the NAIC 30 years ago as then the equivalent of the CEO today, as Executive Vice President and Chief of Staff. I understand insurance regulation from having been on both sides, been regulated and been a regulator. And I've also had the experience of helping coordinate and support regulators as the head of the NAIC back those years ago. In addition, I guess having been governor for 2 terms and in the United States Senate for 2 terms, I've learned the role of government that is so critically important to maintaining state-based insurance regulations, so that everything that is done facilitates state-based insurance regulation. Governors supportive of it, legislatures that I've dealt with supportive of state-based regulation, but also at the federal level. A lot of my time was spent fighting for states' rights under the 10th Amendment and in protecting state-based insurance regulation, even in the midst of Dodd-Frank and the establishment of the Federal Insurance Office. So I think it's experience that they're focused on, and I've just been fortunate to be the one person who's had all of those situations, which I guess makes me as close to being unique as somebody could be. But I'm blessed to have had all those experiences because it's also given me the importance of that kind of a mission, that kind of a challenge from firsthand experience. I know firsthand why we need to do what needs to be done within the NAIC. And that makes me somebody who can, I think, help facilitate the role of the NAIC as it supports the efforts and the work of the commissioners to do everything possible to make certain that the consumers, the insureds back home, have an available and an affordable insurance market, one that is also financially stable. And that the working together within the NAIC, I think all the states improve the capacity they have to do the strong job back home. That's one of the things that I think the NAIC has established, is the ability to coordinate and work together in a collaborative fashion and get the benefit of all the best practices and share them with one another, so that every state has the same capacity to do an outstanding job back home. Even those who may be the smallest in the terms of their budgets get the benefit of the overall budget and the efforts of the NAIC with the shared resources to be able to do the job. There is no weak link in this chain. You know, I'm one who likes to take on challenges. If it's not a challenge, I don't have any interest in doing it. And so consequently, these are challenging times because we've got to find ways to have diverse, if you will, compliance with the Affordable Care Act, recognize that different states will have different responses to the laws. There's no one-size-fits-all approach here. When in the Senate, while that law was being passed, that was one of my goals, to make sure that there was an opportunity for the states to make decisions and have choices about how to deal with the Affordable Care Act. And so maintaining that going forward is going to be a challenge that I'm going to have a role in, and that's exciting. Dealing with the international community and helping the international community understand the value of state-based regulation in the United States and why it's unnecessary, is not necessary at all, to change it to be able to interface globally with the European regulatory officials. That's a challenge, and it's a challenge that I take on willingly, and I'm excited about having that opportunity as well. And I'm always excited about maintaining the support for the 10th Amendment when it comes to the regulation of insurance and sometimes the regulatory interest at the federal level of having more involvement in the regulation of insurance. We don't want, there's no need. And when there's no need, there is absolutely no way that we should just acquiesce to the federal government when we realize that the states do the job so well If this system was not functioning, well, maybe there might be a federal solution to some of it. But there's no federal solution required to making certain the best practices are engaged in by all the states, because the NAIC creates that collaborative, collective environment where all states share together their resources, their best ideas, best practices, as well as resources to make sure that the smallest state is able to take care of its insureds just as much as well as the larger state's able to take care of its insureds. That's what it's all about, and that's exciting to have that opportunity. I can't think of any other situation where somebody's had this opportunity that I'm having today to come back after 30 years, having followed it every step along the way, but not as closely as when you're in it, and have this opportunity to come back to do something that is a passion and a mission, and something that is so important to the American people and the public, the insuring public.